Hello, this is I Am Probulus, and I'm presenting 101 Reasons for Non-Belief. We'll discuss today reasons 36 to 40, and these are in my book, available on Amazon.com. Now, reason number 36 will make a lot of the faithful uncomfortable. God was the first mass abortionist, as well as the author of mass infanticide with the Passover. Now, if one were to believe the flood myth, then one must also accept that a deity killed hundreds of thousands of innocent, unborn babies, the first mass abortion, where he had any other option, millions and infinite number of options to do otherwise. Add to that the killing of the firstborn over Passover, and the God of the Old Testament rivaled any human mass murderer of modern times. So much for Christian morality. Reason 37, the suffering of animals, and this is a strong one for many people, in that if humankind was being punished for the transgression of Eve, why did God also punish all animals? We've already discussed predator to prey, and the redesign of all of nature. If humankind was wicked, why did God drown the majority of animals during the global flood? What was their crime? Now, the answer is typically we cannot know the mind of God, or simply don't question God's motives. That's the lesson from Job. Now, personally, I find it better to believe there is no God than to worship the God of the Old Testament. Reason 38. The Bible's insistence that man is set apart from the animal kingdom. Now, evolution explains that Homo sapiens sapiens basically were an evolved ape. We are an animal, and as such, we should both show animals as well as the environment more respect. Now, another issue here is, when did man first get a soul? Again, if you accept evolution instead of the Adam and Eve story, there was 6 million evolution of man. So did Australopithecus have a soul? Did Homo erectus have a soul? Did Neanderthal man have a soul? It's impossible to say, and frankly, it's kind of a silly argument to try to insert a soul into man. It's something we basically made up. It's wishful thinking, and it's just part of the entire superstitious religious behavior. 39 is the argument from popularity. Now, this is the first of what I call the logical arguments. There's quite a few of these. I don't have a lot of them in my list of 101. I have about a half a dozen. But essentially, it simply says that the argument for the accuracy or the truth of Christianity is that it is the most popular monotheistic religion. Now, for one thing, that's not a valid logical argument. There's simply no, proof. One could also argue that there are over 5.2 billion humans that are not Christians, and at some point, Islam will overtake Christianity after the year, say, 2050. So again, the argument fails on several areas, but the argument from popularity is not a valid argument to believe in Christianity. Reason 40 is something we've already mentioned, and it's man's immortality. And again, if you believe in God and religion, you need to believe that man's immortal. Now, most people want to believe that. It's linked to many other of my reasons, such as simply what I believe it to be wishful thinking. Also, it's linked to the human soul, which there's no evidence or proof that exists. And then the wish for ultimate justice, again, is something we would like it to be true, but that does not make it true. There's simply no logical reason to believe that man, unlike everything else on the planet, lives forever. Now, I'm not sure I would want to live forever. Remember that Lucifer, an angel, rebelled from heaven. Even as a fantasy, living forever could be boring. Just imagine if one of your previous wives died and you remarried, who would you spend eternity with? Those are reasons 35 to 40. Again, we're going to have more reasons in our next video. You can contact me on our website, IamProbulus.com. And I thank you for watching.